red can be cool toned, it can be warm toned. So you could have like a blue red, you could have an orange red, you could have like a really brick red or kind of more earthy red, you can have a really bright, vivid, vibrant red, fire truck red. Red is hot. Red is the feeling of love. Red is sexy. That is how I would describe the color red if I'm trying to pretend to be sighted. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. You can use code Molly Burke for 10% off your purchase of a website or domain name. This off-the-shoulder top, combined with my dark natural hair color and front bangs, I am absolutely giving 2016 Molly. And I'm kind of here for it. What a throwback. I still have my dental orthotic in that I was wearing in last Tuesday's video, but I've had it for longer now, so I think I'm starting to sound quite a bit better than I was in last Tuesday's video. If you still find it unbearable to listen to me with it, comment and let me know and I will take it out in future videos, but I'm trying to be a good compliant patient and stick with the regimen, but let me know. I don't know. I kept it in because I feel like it's getting better. I loved last week's reaction video, and so I want to sit down and do another one. I am so intrigued to watch this Jubilee video. 6 sighted people versus 1 secret blind person, aka there's 7 people hanging out and the blind person is pretending they are sighted too, and then they have to like slowly guess who is blind. I remember seeing this video pop into my feed like a couple years back when it came out. I don't think I watched it, but I remember being like, damn, I wish they'd cast me for that. I would have loved that, and I'm very pro blind actors should be able to like play sighted characters on TV. And this is like a fun little, I don't know, sneaky like example of that. Hopefully, if they win, watch them get voted out first round. We will see. I'm very familiar with this format for them. I really like these videos. I think they're really interesting. I don't know. I already know I'm gonna have so much to say, so like let me shut up now and just get watching. But the only thing I will say is my hypothesis is that they're not fully blind. My hypothesis is that it's somebody who's legally blind and has enough vision to be, quote, passable. But I'm very intrigued because they usually cast people in these videos that are good decoys. Like I'm thinking perhaps there could be somebody who has like severe nystagmus but 20/20 vision. For example, when I was a TV host, my co-host had way worse nystagmus, which is the uncontrolled shaking movement of the eyes, than I do. Like if you looked at the two of us on TV, you would think he was more blind, but he had 20/20 vision. Okay, see, I said I was gonna start watching and then I started talking more. Get watching, Molly. I know you're gonna have a lot to say.
I'm a sighted person.
I'm a sighted person.
I am a sighted person.
I am a sighted person.
I am a sighted person.
I'm a sighted person.
I am a sighted person.
I'm a sighted person.
Everybody describe the color red right now. Go.
I feel like you can't really
Yes, you
describe
can.
it.
Go. You're wasting time.
It's
Okay, wait, pause. I'm gonna participate. Okay, describe the color red. Red can be cool toned, it can be warm toned. So you could have like a blue red, you could have an orange red, you could have like a really brick red or kind of more earthy red, you can have a really bright, vivid, vibrant red, fire truck red. Red is hot. Red is the feeling of love. Red is sexy. That is how I would describe the color red if I'm trying to pretend to be sighted. My fiance just told me that they're all blindfolded. I can't see the video, which is funny because I feel like I'm not gonna be, well, it'll be interesting. I'll be good at guessing based on what they say, I think. I'm not gonna be good at guessing based on what they look like, but I guess it doesn't matter because they're all blindfolded. We're all on the same equal playing field. Okay.
I don't know the Target logo, like.
Okay.
Oh, very that.
Yeah,
very that.
yeah,
Very
okay,
that. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Red.
No, red. That is beautiful. It's like bright and like it's blood, girl. It's blood.
It's a good one.
I was looking to see if people were gonna get like overly descriptive about things because that to me just logically felt like it would have been like a tell.
It's a vibrant color to me. I'm actually wearing a red top right now, so I think it's vibrant. I associate to strawberries, I don't know, apples.
So for me, I associate red with fire, chili peppers. It's one of my favorite colors to wear. I'm wearing red lipstick.
I have a question. Does anybody like fabric the way that it feels?
I hate soft stuff.
Hate
I
soft
cannot
stuff.
stand soft stuff. Like a really soft blanket, not for me.
I love like the feeling of like real leather. Like
Pause.
I'm sorry to the cow.
I'm intrigued by the person who said they feel like it would be a tell if somebody's really descriptive. Because when they started describing red, I was like, girl, I did a way better job than any of these sighted people. And then he's saying like a tell as a blind person would actually be overly descriptive because we think of color, I guess, like in a more abstract way. That's so interesting. I really did give myself away there, I guess. Who would have thought? Okay, fabrics. I love like summer fleece, so like a thinner sweater that has like a rough material inside, or like a terry cloth. I love that like rough fabric. I love a velvet. I can't think of a fabric that I'm like icky about, although textures, yes, like newspaper paper, vomit. Chalk, never would I ever touch chalk, or a chalkboard, gross. Before I continue watching, a fun fact about doing reaction style videos that I didn't know before getting into it is 99% of them get completely demonetized, meaning I don't make any money when I post these videos, but of course I still have my production costs of paying my editors. So with that said, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video who makes things like this possible, Squarespace. I've been hosting my website, mollyburkeofficial.com, on Squarespace for as long as I can remember at this point, but this past year we did totally revamp it and give it a facelift, and we used one of their newest tools to help us. Design Intelligence uses cutting-edge AI to help you build a beautiful, bespoke online presence for your business or brand that fits your unique needs. All you have to do is answer a few quick questions, and then it helps generate the website for you. Of course, you're able to tweak it from there, but it really makes it so simple and seamless. And once your website is up and running, you can start making money immediately by selling content. You can sell anything from courses, blogs, videos, or memberships. And then you can set up recurring revenue by putting up a paywall. Just set the price, and then you choose whether you want a one-time payment or a subscription. Even if you don't make content, there are still ways to make money on Squarespace by turning any lead into paying clients using proposals, estimates, contracts, and even invoices all through your website. So if you're ready to get building your Squarespace website, head to squarespace.com/mollyburke to get 10% off your purchase of a website or domain name. Supporting my sponsors is the best way that you can support me so I can continue to make fun reaction content like this. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, check Squarespace out, and let's get back into it.
Can everybody say what they do?
I am a author. I write comic books and novels. Also do photography, and I paint.
That could be blind.
Yeah, for me, I'm actually a school counselor and a vocalist as well.
I work for a
Giving blind.
nonprofit that helps kids with medical conditions.
Pause. All of these are giving could be blind, but I think that like the whole point is like blind people can be any career. Like that first person who is a visual artist, photographer, writes novels, like you might initially be like, oh, those are all very visual. I know blind people who do all of those things. In fact, I know multiple blind people who do all of those things. A guidance counselor and a vocal coach, it's definitely giving blind. A lot of blind people get into the therapeutic field or like social work, those kind of spaces, because we often growing up interact with those fields and know the impact that they make. And it's a very verbal job. And then vocal coach, obviously super auditory, works with a charity that works with sick or disabled children or underprivileged children. It's giving disabled. Most of us grow up receiving services from charities in some capacity. So thus far, all three of these very much could be blind people.
You're such a good person.
I was anxious that people were gonna think that I was the mole. I think that anything like that's more like on the philanthropy side, people would kind of assume would have a reason. Like if you have some kind of medical condition, then you would want to help other people with that same medical condition.
I have a question for you guys as well. Okay. What is the first thing that you guys notice when you walk in a room?
Oh. Color of the walls, I would say, or wallpaper. I'm really, like I said, home decor is a really big deal.
There's other people.
Yeah.
Okay, pause. First thing I notice when I walk into a room is the lighting, because it's all I can see, and I don't know if that would give me away or not as an answer. Like, to me, I feel like most people think of blindness as like a binary thing, like blindness is seeing nothing. So maybe if I say I see the lights, that would like not give it away. I would like trick people because they would think like a blind person would say like the smell, the vibe. But if any of these people actually know anything about blindness and I said lights, I feel like it could give it away because a lot of blind people do have some kind of light perception, even like when you get close to being total. So maybe it would give it away, but definitely I always joke, the only thing that I ever compliment a space on is the lighting. I'll walk into a friend's house, I'm like, I love the lighting. Go to a restaurant, the lighting here is really nice. Like, it's so embarrassing.
Already? It's really hard to describe the color red.
Who was the hottest US president? Go.
Are we looking at paintings here? Are we going back and looking at the old paintings though?
I'm Canadian.
Because, and by the way, the wigs did take away.
It's a toss-up between Barack Obama and JFK for me.
Oh,
It's
you
hard
know
to say.
what? You know
Barack Obama's a handsome man.
I'd say Teddy Roosevelt, just because I know like Night at the Museum, like that's all I'm going off of pretty much. That's it.
To each their own, my friend. To each their own.
Okay, so what is everybody's favorite movie?
I'd say Pursuit of Happiness. I love that film.
Oh, I cried in
It's a
that
great,
movie.
yeah, same.
Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Oh my God, I was
Okay, pause.
I haven't seen it yet either.
I'm sorry.
That is not a blind person's movie. Do you know what movie they said? No. They said Everything Everywhere All at Once. Not a blind person. She's not blind. I tried watching that movie with my partner because it's like his favorite movie when we first started dating, and he didn't realize that AD does not do all the heavy lifting. It's a big help, but it does not truly fill in all the visuals. That movie is so incredibly visual, and it's so nonsensical at times, and it moves so quick. There is so much happening on screen at certain points that it was so heavy on the AD, and I don't create any visuals. So audio description isn't actually painting a visual in my head. So it was so hard for me to follow and conceptualize. I was completely lost. Very hard to stay even like mentally engaged. It was very difficult for me to watch. So that person ain't blind. I can say that. Very curious if other blind people have watched that. In the comments, let me know what you thought. My favorite movie, Mean Girls. Iconic.
Okay, I'm sorry.
spoilers,
But
no
the
spoilers.
costume design, I'm just gonna say that
It's
was...
good.
Can anyone describe like a scene from a movie that they really enjoyed?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Can we do TV shows? Because
Sure, go for it.
Because I'm a TV person.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm watching right now A House of Dragons. And do you remember that gold dress that she has with the sleeves that hang down?
Yes.
And then she had the delicate, like those beautiful gold earrings. I liked the outfits of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, but also the fact that it was like that it's not quite super red, but burnt red dragon.
I felt like that was just kind of overcompensating for something, and it seemed a little suspicious.
Does anybody have any pets?
That did feel overcompensated.
I have a dog, a cat, and a tortoise, and some fish. Yeah.
What's your tortoise's name?
Squishy.
Squishy.
The logical name, and it's so cute. I love the way he looks at me. And my cat's hairless, so she runs around. Yeah, and she stares into the fire in winter.
I've never touched a hairless cat. Pause. I love that there's this video about blindness. This is like so common, and they made no efforts to make it inclusive at all. Like, I understand that this is a formulaic series they do, but I do believe that if you're going to feature a blind person in a video and you're going to be capitalizing on the blind community, you need to be trying to make this video inclusive. You need to be trying to add audio description. I'm not even asking for a lot. I'm not asking you to do it for every video in the series, just the video where you're featuring a blind person, because you are getting clicks because of a blind person. And then to exclude them from even being able to watch the video that they are in fully is really annoying. And you know that more blind people than ever are gonna click on this video. Out of any video in the series, blind people are gonna click on this one. So really annoying. I'm gonna have my editor chop out all the sections of this video where there's no audio for any of us to react to. So you're not really gonna be seeing it, but just know that between all of these scenes, there's like a bunch of visuals on the screen with nobody talking. And it's very annoying.
Okay, describe your perfect type physically.
I don't think I have like a specific type physically. Like, I think I just like
vibes, you know. I feel like that's not the correct answer here, but I mean, I don't know. I like who I like. I don't really like pay attention to like, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's you now, by the way. Definitely tall. I'm not super into incredibly like fit dudes because that makes me feel inadequate. I love like a little chunky, like a Seth Rogen build, but like
dad
tall.
bod?
Basically, yeah, tall guys with dad bods.
I personally look at their smile first. I think that's really important to me, and you know that kind of gives me an indication if we're vibing or not, and if it's like a fake smile or, you know. So I think I notice that first.
I mean, I feel like this is pretty basic, but like nice eyes, nice eyes. I've also been with the same person for like 2.5 years, so shout out to her.
Tall, brown hair, nice eyes. I really like gravitate towards brown eyes. I think they're really like sweet, you know, and they're really welcoming.
I have a question then. How is everyone's vision? Like, do you wear glasses?
I feel like for me, obviously, we all know on this channel, I'm an arms girl. Give me a good, well worked out arm. I'm thrilled. I like a man that's not too tall. A lot of the things that I am like physically into in my ideal partner are things that you can experience and enjoy non-visually. So immediately the people who did say like hypervisual things, like their smile or their eyes, I truly can't conceptualize those things. I can't see them. I'm not about to touch your mouth when you're smiling. Certainly not gonna poke you in the eyeball. So those things to me are giving sighted, but that's because I'm on the far end of blind. I am sure there's people earlier in the vision loss journey who are still like in the blind spectrum who could comment on those things, but the girl who just said vibes, it's weird because I feel like most blind people still have a preference. She should have lied. She should have lied. Even if she's sighted, she should have lied. Like that just didn't, it's making her suspicious.
Contacts.
Okay, I'm gonna be really honest here, and this might give me, I am legally blind in my right eye.
That's either the world's best bluff and a great strategy, or like you're just being honest.
I wear glasses.
Okay.
Get her out. Get her out.
Let's get technical then. What does that mean?
So my right eye, I could see out of it. Like it's fine. My glasses are thick on the right side.
Does it feel lopsided, like on your
Yeah.
head carrying?
Yeah. So when I first put them on, when I walk, it's like whoa, like it just looks like crazy. So I will never have 20/20 vision, and my right eye will never be perfect, even with glasses on.
What's the last concert you guys have been to?
I went to a Halsey concert because a friend had a. Shut up. A friend had an extra ticket and they were just like, do you want to go see Halsey? And I was like, fine.
I went to the Weekend concert, the one that he canceled. Yeah, the one that he canceled.
Oh.
It was yeah, it really sucked. But it's okay, but we understand, we're empathetic towards him, you know?
I haven't been to a concert in a while, but I'm going to the Harry Styles concert in November.
I don't know what about this would give away if somebody's blind or not. What about asking what concert you last went to is giving are you blind? What a bizarre question, as if we don't go to concerts? I'm so confused by this waste of conversation.
That's so lit, dude.
It's gonna be awesome.
Ashley, I had a question for you. The children that you help, what disability do they have?
It's not a disability, it's just life-threatening medical conditions.
Just.
I mean, some of them are disabled, but like not all of them are, you know what I mean? So to qualify, you just, yeah.
Whoever has the glasses, legally blind in one eye, they are getting voted out, rightfully so.
I'm sorry.
I was just being honest, and I feel like I knew that was gonna happen.
Everybody was just trying to look for somebody, and so I was the obvious choice.
Rebecca, sweetie, I'm so sorry.
If you think the mole is still in this circle, raise your hand on 3. 1, 2, 3. And the majority has voted that they think the mole is out, so we are going to stop playing. And the 4 of you standing up there with fingers down to the ball.
They need to mic that guy up.
Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Wait, pause. What just happened?
They're about to do the reveal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, did the lights turn green?
No.
Okay.
All take off your blindfolds, okay? 1, 2, 3.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Okay, so I am completely lost because nobody's describing anything because there's no AD in this video. My fiance can't hear the audio because I'm hearing it through my headphones. So he's visually watching the video. I'm hearing the video. So together we're having a full experience, but he's gonna describe to me what just happened. Okay, so we think The team successfully voted out the mole, aka the fake sighted person. And they revealed the blind person who we think, again, he's only seeing it, I'm only hearing it, we think was the one that was last voted off, who was the girl who's legally blind in one eye and wears thick glasses on that side. You should have lied. Lying is okay in this game. That's kind of the point. You're meant to pretend. And I have seen some very good liars in this game. That she shouldn't have been honest about that. I feel like immediately that gave it away. They revealed her now. She's like standing there with dark sunglasses and her cane. I think she's also the one that worked at a charity with disabled and terminally ill children. You know, I feel like that also is definitely like a common job. Like I said earlier, like a lot of disabled people work in that space. So I'm not surprised that that was the mole. I am so curious about some of the line of questioning they had about like, I don't know, the like concerts and stuff, like very bizarre. Some questions made sense, but at the end of the day, like every single one of those questions, I as an almost completely blind person could have like seamlessly answered and sounded sighted, even I feel like without lying, other than what's your vision like? Obviously, I would have lied to that question. A lot of us blind people get so used to masking our disability in everyday life to blend in or fit in with the rest of society. Majority of my friends, my family, my partner, like they're all sighted. I'm interacting with sighted people every single day. I've been raised in a sighted world. And of course, I was sighted growing up. So for me, like it's very easy to blend in with the sighties and like minimize or reduce my vision loss. The only times that's not possible is obviously like if I don't have a cane or guide dog and I have to like physically do something, that can be really difficult. Like I'm not going to be able to do it. But obviously in this circumstance where they're all just standing there blindfolded, I feel like I would have crushed this. Okay, I'm curious if they get into what her like vision loss is at this point.
Wow. I'm actually happy you guys wrote me up because the second you guys started talking about eyesight and glasses, I'm like, oh god, that's too much to make up.
That's what I get for being honest.
I know.
Oh, it wasn't the one.
I only went blind, started going blind.
It wasn't the one who had the thick glasses on the one side. We were wrong. See, this is what happens when you don't have audio description. Interesting. So it was maybe the girl they voted out in the previous round who got like really visually descriptive, who's like an artist. Maybe it's her.
Years ago.
Really?
I started going deaf last year.
Okay, so you still knew how to describe everything that we were talking about like earlier.
Oh, so everything that I said is true, yeah, because you do the spectrum of blindness. You could be totally in the dark, or you could go dark later on.
I lost the majority of my vision overnight at 22 years old, which was a gigantic shock, but I learned a lot about myself and my life, and I wouldn't go back and change it. I wouldn't have the life that I have today. I wouldn't appreciate what I have today. And I love me, and I just happen to be blind.
Love that. Oh my God. I'm curious as to what happened. That feels very traumatic, but I'm glad she's in a good place now and like seems like she's coping well and content with her life as a blind person. So love that for her. This was such a fun watch. Let me know what kind of other videos you want to see me react to next. And until then, you can click over here to watch last week's reaction video where I react to blind people describing what they think beauty is. Or you can click over here to listen to my most recent podcast episode. Okay, bye guys.